that sold me something on eBay that said, hey, it was a handwritten note from a 12-year-old, that said, thank you very much for your purchase. We appreciate it. And it reminded me of when I was 10 years old, except I didn't have eBay and didn't have all these options to buy singles online. So it was refreshing. So it just shows you kind of all generations are
the hobby's exploding and the happiness is absurd. Dustin, get in here. Let's tell, Dustin, Dustin, how much happiness has getting into collecting Pokemon and flipping Pokemon been for you?
Hey, sports card collectors and investors. I hope everybody's having an awesome day today. I have to be perfectly honest for you, I'm looking a little rough. I was up fairly late last night. I did an interview. I did a show on the Comeback Card Investors YouTube channel with Brad. Really had a blast. It was about an hour and 15 minutes, and then we talked some afterwards as well. Really had a good time, but if you want to check that out, go on to the Comeback Card Investor. He has his own YouTube channel, and you can check it out there. But really a lot of fun, and we plan on doing it again in the future. But anyway, what happened last night is, so his show is called Cards and Cake on Tuesday nights. I brought Pop-Tarts, and I don't know what happened. I ate the Pop-Tarts at about 11, couldn't go to sleep, went to sleep at about 1, and then I woke up again at 4, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I'm just kind of riding on empty, but I say I'm going to come out with daily content, so I'm not going to miss it. And I want to talk about a topic that we delved into a little bit on the show last night, me and Brad. But I wanted to kind of, create a discussion around it and just kind of see what viewership thinks about it. It's something I've been thinking a lot about lately, just as far as my strategy goes. And really what it is, been investing a lot more in veteran players. And the reason why that's important, and a lot of people might be thinking this or looking at the title like, well, yeah, of course you're investing in veteran players. Who's not investing some in veteran players like LeBron James and these guys? So, but the reason why I bring that up is because a year ago, veterans were not the hot ticket. I mean, outside of people were obviously buying LeBron James Topps Chrome rookie cards and Tom Brady rookie cards. That's not what I mean. But as far as buying second year, third year, fifth year, 10th year cards of LeBron, Steph Curry, any of these guys in football, even, Tom Brady cards are super expensive right now. They weren't a year ago. His rookie cards were, but his second year stuff, his fifth year stuff, his 10th year stuff, that was not. And so that's where, you've seen really an uptick, and you see an uptick in people grading those cards too. The pop counts are really low on a lot of those cards because nobody graded them because they weren't in demand. The market wasn't looking for those cards in graded form. So it's really kind of interesting how the market has broadened out, and now veteran players are really, really hot. And I have been buying. I know I talk a lot about like Steph Curry. Some of the obvious ones that we've talked about are like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant coming back next year. Klay Thompson coming back. There's a lot of guys, and I would even say too, I know that, if you look at like a Jaylen Brown or Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker, they were kind of those 2015 or 2016 rookies. I don't know if you really would consider them veterans, but they've been in the league long enough to show you something. They've been in the league long enough to show you they've got some skill and they belong in the league. And I think that's something it's really interesting to me because I do watch other channels as well where other guys, they strictly, if we're talking basketball cards, they have a very strict process that they go by for basketball rookies. They do a lot of research into the players, their backgrounds, and I think it's fantastic. I mean, I think it's cool. Any type of strategy. I like seeing what other collectors and investors are doing. So it's cool to me. There are people that are just they're trying to get ahead of that next bull card. Buying somebody at $2 and then selling it for $50, and I respect that. It's just kind of nice that the market has broadened enough. It's grown enough to where there's more options than just the rookies like there was. Because a year ago, I was doing the exact same thing. I was buying a lot of Jaren Jackson Jr., I was buying like Trae Young and Luka, but I wasn't thinking that Luka was going to explode the way that he did. I mean, some people saw it coming. I don't know if they saw it coming the way that it's happened, but they definitely were believers in him and his skill. But I was buying Luka and I was buying Trey. I wasn't thinking that stuff was really going to go up the way that it did. I was speculating on these rookies, on these young players, these first and second year players, and it just exploded. But now it really has opened up, to where you've got all sorts of different options. There's a lot of different avenues to go. There's other sets that have gotten hot too. I remember I've talked about this, but Mosaic was a set. If you were, in the fall of last year, you could really get Mosaic very cheap, graded as well. I told that story of that Lonzo Ball card that I had that's numbered out at 99, a Mosaic rookie card, red or something, that got lost in the mail. And at the time, I'm like, it was a $40 card. It's like, it's not the end of the world. And now it's probably a $200 card, because Mosaic has gotten so hot. And, so it's interesting how the market is growing, and everything it's kind of taking with it and expounding on. So, but I want to hear from you guys. Are you still kind of strictly focused on rookies and prospects? Guys that are first year, second year, third year. I know that a lot of people that collect baseball cards, big into baseball prospecting, and it's a lot of fun to prospect on those guys. But for the basketball and football guys, are you going after Joe Burrow stuff? I mean, I know we've talked about the draft pick sets, to be careful with those, because as soon as Joe Burrow cards come out with a Bengals jersey, the draft pick stuff typically drops in price. We'll have to see if that can. Who knows? I mean, maybe that'll change too this year with football and basketball. Who knows? I did see that the 2020 Mosaic football set is on Cardboard Connection. That looks like such a sweet set. Well, Cardboard Connection's also got a Drew Brees card up there as well. It looks like a silver Mosaic Drew Brees, and it's set up exactly like the basketball set. I'm really pumped for that. I think that set is going to go bananas. I think it's set to come out on September 11th. But man, that is a sweet looking set, and just the way that basketball sold out so quickly, and with football kind of picking up steam with people investing in wide receivers and running backs now, and not just QBs. I think that could really, really explode. So I'm excited. I might have to get in on some Saints breaks. I don't do many, I don't do breaks very often, but for that Mosaic football, let me know if you guys are getting in on any breaks on that product. I'd like to hear about it, because I think it would just be fun to do, a few teams and see what happens. So anyway, guys, let me know what your strategy is currently, and also, are you considering vets? And I'm not talking about the obvious, the GOATs. I'm not talking about necessarily like the Tom Brady's, the LeBron James, the Wayne Gretzky's. I'm talking about more of those mid-tier vets that have been in the league for 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, that they've proven that they belong. And, it's just a matter of if their team gets hot, or something. Whereas with some of these younger guys, you still have to kind of see how they go. But there's a lot of volatility in those rookies too, and that's a lot of fun. So I get it no matter how you do it, but I want to hear how you do it. So let me know in the comments. And thank you again, guys. If you have not subscribed yet, if you're new here, we have over 180 videos on this channel for sports card investing, collectibles investing, all things personal finance. We're trying to bring it all together. And so please subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you again next time. Thanks, guys.